Hello, Border Town. Welcome back to my channel. This is the second episode of Today I Learned, where I discuss the things I learn and play Raid Shadow Legends. Like, look at that. I'm looking up at this list right now. Of course, not really, because it's actually just on a different screen. But I can see some things I added. Like from the comments, I got that I probably need to up my Rotos by about 230 speed, which I can probably do just by swapping his attack boots, which don't even have speed as a subset. I can probably just put a pair of speed boots on him. It'd drop his attack a little bit. I might be able to spare that. Not sure. But it's a good thing to look into for the next time I do upgrades, which are going to be for the next event. Basically, as soon as the next event comes, because I like to min-max when I spend on this account and not spend money. I just mean spend resources on this account. So when I'm min-maxing, I'm focusing on events. I want to pull double duty. I want to get my re-gearing done, and I want to get my points all in one shot. And when I'm not doing those, I don't want to. So look at that. Speak of the devil, there's Rotos, there's Ultimate Death Knight. Ash was talking about his top 10 attack-based nukers, according to him in his video. I was pleased to see Fenix get an honorable mention because he's really the best. I really like Fenix. So I'm glad that he agrees with me there. He also mentioned Turvold and Nogdar. And maybe since I can't have these guys, maybe I'll go ahead and bring them. I actually flagged them to be part of this. I'll go for Nogdar for now. And then maybe, no, you know what? I'm going to go for Pythion and Duchess. I'm going to start with my bases here. And I'll make Nogdar the other one. I like the theory behind that because I get my good core of revivers. I'll get to keep at least one of them. And then I can bring two nukers that can get themselves back up. Turvold, of course, is also the other guy on this list that I have of the ones he mentioned. According to Ash, number one is actually Rotos. But there are a number of people out there who'd probably say it's actually Georgid. I'd probably agree with those people. Like, if I could have anyone, it'd probably be Georgid. He's pretty OP, really. But everybody knows about Georgid. So, this is a pretty scary looking team. I think I'll just go for the Nogdar. Who do I eliminate? Maybe the smart move is to just eliminate him. It's still going to be difficult to get at anybody. I mean, you got Harima, who's reducing all of the damage piercing effects. But still, my guys can keep getting back up again and again and again. That'll make life a little bit difficult. Rotos can eventually get to that point where he's blocking revive. I think I want the speed then. So I'll take the speed. So these changes that I need to get on, I've got a nice healthy list of things now. I'll get on them after I do Hydra. I should actually write that down. First, Hydra team. I'll regear them first. Then I'm going to get on the other stuff for the arena. I definitely want to regear Helicath. Definitely want to regear Rotos. So let's see. We can put up some buffs. At least I don't have to worry about them getting stolen. That's one thing. So let's see the damage. I may not... Well, I'll use it. It brings the increased defense, so it's worthwhile. Let's pick on... Yeah, that doesn't really accomplish much. It's going to be very difficult to kill her, isn't it? Still, we can I can maybe do this. What's the exchange? I'm so not used to using this one. Yeah, we'll do this. So take some health. Go for the AoE. Looks like Ash was onto something. Ah, yeah, that's right. This is the one thing about Rotos. He gets his extra turn, and it'll actually kick in before either Nogdar's extra turn or what's his name? Candy. Candy's another one that gets extra turns, but Rotos' extra turn will kick in first. It's interesting. It's something about the way they coded the priorities. It is what it is. So let's cleanse. Maybe I'll have him get him up. There's a lot of healing on this Elva. That Elva really is a solid support champion. Maybe I want to bring her more. Just keep attacking. Let's see, what else? Looking at this list. I don't know. Hey, you know what? I don't want to. Good game, Metamorph. You're too high. I am no match for you. Let's just move on to the next fight. Yet another thing Ash was pointing out is that the disparity between the spenders and the non-spenders, you can feel it when you're in live arena, and I think if I'm up fighting the 4,000 people, I'm going to be feeling it. Maybe against the 3,600 player, it'll be a different ball game. Let's see. So you got Siffy. I want to take Ultimate Death Knight. I want to take maybe Rotos just to make sure Geralt doesn't take him. I think I'm comfortable with this plan. So we're dealing with Duchess. We're dealing with Rhonda. So maybe I'll take Mithrala, and I'm going to go for my Helicath. I'd like to take, thinking on the guys above, I would like to try out Turvold at least once, and I think I want to try Nogdar at least once more. But I'll take him when I think he's got a good chance of staying alive. Maybe that's this time, in fact. I could toss Nogdar in as my last guy. It depends. If he's got a third reviver in here, he doesn't exactly. He's got Astrolith, which is an interesting champion to have to deal with. Maybe I'll bring... Maybe I'll bring Elva. I'm just not really sure. I'll bring Elva. Why not? And I'll ban... I kind of want to get rid of the Sun Wukong. I'd also kind of want to just get rid of the Duchess. Maybe I even want to get rid of the Siffy. I'll get rid of the Siffy. So we'll lead with Ultimate Death Knight. So if that Astrolith is faster, she's going to manage to land bombs on, I guess, did they redirect to UDK? I think we've been over this before. I guess we're about to find out. So she's probably going to go for him. Okay, interesting. I'll go for the... I'm tempted to go for the cleanse, but you know what? I'm actually going to go for the increased defense. He's locked out, so we'll just do a little bit of damage. Ooh, I get a repeat. That's neat. We'll put up block damage on everyone. Sun Wukong will come around to his strip, but hopefully I can kind of beat into the punch there. We're rid of Duchess already. She just was not as tough as I was expecting. Oh, you are in deep trouble now, aren't you? Holy cow. So, I'm not... Yeah. I was going to say, I'm not going to bother putting on the strength in. I'm just going to wait for the block debuffs. But Geralt resigns. Good game, Geralt. You did have a scary team. Oh, it's Geralt again. So he's going to be back for revenge. Let's see what happens this time. He gets to pick first. Now that I kind of know what to expect with Geralt, maybe I'll go for a more support-heavy team. I still want Helikath and UDK if I can get them. I can't. So, we'll go for... he had Rhonda. I could take Rhonda just to make sure he can't have Rhonda, but you know what? I'll take the Duchess, so he can't have Duchess. I'll take Pythion. And I guess best practice at this point, just seeing this, I probably don't want to bother with single target attackers just in case I have to ban someone other than Ultimate Death Knight. But let's see. I could still go for these two. I think they're both pretty solid choices. As much as I love that UDK. Maybe I should also gone for Sun Wukong, just in case, because I'm expecting him to be in one of the last two slots. I'm going to need another nuker. Maybe I'll go for Nogdar again. I'm going to give Nogdar a second chance. Definitely. I don't think it's safe enough to try Turvold. I think if I want to do Turvold, I really need maybe an Ultimate Death Knight and or not Gronjar, Goffred. I'd want to be bringing both so that I make sure one or the other ends up in the fight with me, and then I feel like I have somebody who can maybe cover Turvold. So looking at that lineup, I'm thinking... I could even do this. just to bring somebody that he's just going to want to ban, and then try to slowly wear away at him with these. I'm strangely comfortable with this idea. I don't know about this idea, but I think I'm going to do it this way. And let's just get rid of Sun Wukong. Because without him, I think this team just falls apart. I don't know. Maybe Astrolith can actually come in and sneakily kill someone. Maybe. So I'll still go with the defense. It's not going to be the same kind of thing as last time, I realize, because he's got Ultimate Death Knight now. So I'm going to have to go through Ultimate Death Knight to get to everybody else, but at least I can lock out 2 of them. That's something. So, do I want to cleanse? Because I think I could actually afford to wait. I think I actually don't need Pythion just yet. So I'm going to put up the increased defense. I want to start chipping away at them. So block damage. I should have no trouble keeping this up now. My Hegemon is ultra slow, so he should be able to stay under block damage for a long time. That's my hope. Man, she is really putting our people to sleep. So let's try to get them doing stuff. I can't have my people sleeping on the job. We got work to do, people. So let's get the block debuffs up. And it doesn't matter, it's going to get redirected to Ultimate Death Knight. Yeah, I'm going to aim for Astrolith first. Slowly chip away at her. Her health will... You know, I get too used to the paradigms that I run. I thought her health would get lower because I thought I had Ultimate Death Knight. I don't. I don't have him with me. So I'm going to have to wear down these 2. Or this could be a very long fight. So do I want to attack now? I mean, I'll knock down 2 of them. They're both single target revivers. So it's not as bad as dealing with 2 AoE revivers. But it's still not ideal. I really wish I had a more permanent plan for these champions. Well, sadly, this is very boring, isn't it? Uh, no. Apparently, Geralt agrees. Geralt, thank you. I was about to throw in the towel myself. I feel like that was a draw. I feel like Geralt did a really good job using kind of messing up my paradigm while I tried to mess up his. And I think we both did a good job messing one another up to the point where it was kind of a stalemate. So, Geralt, if you're out there watching, good game. It was a stalemate. Um, let's start with. Oh, I don't know. Let's start with Sun Wukong. Maybe this time I'll look for an opportunity to use. I'll look for an opportunity to use Nogdar again. Turvold is really tricky. I mean, I used to use Turvold very early on. Particularly now, I don't really like the idea of using any single target attacker. So let's just say screw it. I'm gonna bring. I'm gonna bring my typical bomb team. I think at this point that's our only way, and even then, we have to contend with polymorph. I might be able to eliminate one of these champions, probably Harima. I just really don't like dealing with Harima. We'll see. If there's a couple of cleansers here, I might rethink it again. Siphi Rotos. Siphi Rotos makes me think they'll probably get rid of Ramen too. I could still go for the bombers. I'm going to go for them. I'm expecting another cleanser here. What I'm thinking is I'll just get rid of Siphi. If I get rid of Siphi, there's this too, eh? But youch. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of Harima. I think that's the way forward. So I'll take the accuracy aura. Hopefully, they just outspeed me and they put up their block buffs first or block debuffs first. Because the last thing I want is to get cut in on. Something that happens tremendously frequently because I need these champions to be fast for where they are. So good. They come in at the right time, I think. So we cut through that. Nobody got polymorphed, which is actually bad because I kind of don't want the polymorph to interrupt on the rat game. Uh-oh. He seems to be very resistant. Very resistant. That's super annoying. I don't know. I won't bother taking down the bombs. It's almost like there's no point. Actually, I totally should have. I'm second guessing myself because they're all gonna go before Pythion could have gone. Hmm. Oh well. Actually, no, I don't know. I don't know. I think I outsmarted myself there. I think I really should have trusted in the bombs to go off at the right time. I blew it. I blew it, Nefs. Good game. You may have had me anyway, but I mean, I really blew it. So you really got me. Because what could happen instead is I bomb them all out. Pythion then has to revive them all. I somehow find enough to... Anyway, here's Nefs again. So Nef's, let's see. Because now I want to go for a completely different paradigm. So I'll start with Ultimate Death Knight so you can't have him. With UDK on the board, I think I'd be comfortable taking next maybe Mithrala, maybe cover Helicaths sooner rather than later. I'm not sure. I'm going to wait and see what they've got. I really, really hate Yumeko. I just hate her. This is a pretty awful lineup to have to deal with. But let's see. I'll take her. And I will take Helicath. I'm expecting to see Pythion again, maybe even Duchess. Siphi Rhodos, that's no surprise. In fact, that should be what I should have expected. Um, so maybe I want... What do I want? This is the question. I mean, I could take... I could take him, and I could try to take Benax maybe. Maybe this is the way to go. Just confirm that. I'm probably going to get rid of Yumeko anyway. I might even just get rid of Rhodos. I'm not sure. Nefs has some pretty OP champions here. I mean, these are probably two of the most OP nukers in the game, like, because they can both build momentum over the course of the fight, making it harder and harder to get anywhere. I want to not deal with getting my moves shut down, so I'm going to get rid of her. And I'm going to lead with Helicath still. It's always rough when they have so many champions that you want to ban and you feel like you're between a rock and a hard place. So let's get my stats up. Let's get the block damage up. Hammer time. So maybe I'll have the easiest time punching through Siphi. I don't know. Looks like Harima wants some attention. Do I want to cleanse yet? Does it matter yet? I'm totally not sure. I might even save it. Whatever. We're provoked. Good. Everybody hit her if you can. Youch, that is a big chunk of damage. There's a big chunk of damage, and where was his passive? Where was it? Do I have the power to knock anybody out? I mean, maybe. No, not really. Not at all. Well, my guys are dropping like flies at this point. I mean, like, yeah, we're done. Good game, Nev. You got your revenge. You got it good and proper. So I still want to do Turvold. So first I want to do my Hydra team. This is just for my own sake for tomorrow. Let's also say in brackets, that's Michinaki, spelled like that. I got atrocious spelling. I know. I know this isn't how you spell the word damage, people. I know that. I know. Okay, Janelle. I'm going to start with Ultimate Death Knight. Yes, I am. I want to make sure I've got him at this point. Because I think, basically, with everything I want to try today, I want him for that. So maybe I'll go with... Maybe I'll go with Rotos. And... Her. Seems like good support. So last, probably Helikath, then maybe Nogdar. I don't know, maybe I just want to go for Fenax again, especially with a lineup like this. I mean, this is going to get super annoying. So, yeah, I'm convinced. This is the way to go. So right now I'm thinking the obvious ban is Ramen just because he shuts down so much of my stuff, it's not even funny. Oh, you're bringing Michinaki. That's neat. That's very cool. Yeah, I'm totally gonna let you keep Michinaki. So if he's built really accurate, Michinaki can really strip a lot of buffs. It can be super annoying to deal with. I still want to lead with Helikath, I think. Unless we want the accuracy, but I'm pretty sure I want to go with Helikath. I want the defense. I want him hitting as hard as possible. It's always better if I can have Ultimate Death Knight, of course. I don't know, maybe I need to start bringing a more bannable champion. Just so that I can make sure they don't want to eliminate UDK or Helikath. So I can't really target anybody else. Here, let's see how much of the shield this takes out. Not very much of it. And down goes Rotos. That is very painful. So let's get the block damage up. So those of you in the comments saying Stone Skin and Fast Duchess, I'm already seeing what you mean, because she's got 2 turns of Stone Skin, she goes really fast and puts everybody under Veil and still has a turn of Stone Skin. That's a super annoying first turn to deal with. That is not an accurate Sun Wukong. First observation. Uh, how do you score off the A1? Ooh, that would have been a kill shot if it weren't for the Swift Berry. Dang, he's accurate though. So I may be about to lose this guy. Oh yeah, there he goes. From here, it doesn't look so good. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's knock down the Sun Wukong. I don't know, maybe I should have gone for Siffy. Siffy's gonna start doing that annoying sleep A1 thing. Like, she could just sleep with Rala. Probably get knocked out, so, I mean, that's something, but Duchess is just gonna get her back up. Oh, that Michinaki's good and tough, too. So, Janelle, I do have mad respect for this team of yours. I should have brought better support. So let's get this off now. So another thing that occurs to me as to just in favor of improving Helicath with the Stone Skin gear rather than Duchess, even though I know Duchess would be more solid. My opponents so frequently choose Duchess that I wouldn't often get the chance to use her. They're picking it too fast. I'd need to make her my first pick almost all the time. And I don't know that I'm that confident in Duchess. I am confident in losing this battle, though. So good game, Janelle. You have proven yourself worthy. And I do like to bring Helicath all the time. I don't know, maybe I'm not using him to the best of his ability. My Mithrala needs to be faster. Riho is a good counter to Hedgie. It's just good to know that. I don't know how important this is for now. I didn't even look into whether or not I have the stone skin accessories. Again, this is why it's good to write these down. So I do promise that when the next equipment regearing thing drops, I am going to consult these notes first. I do actually keep some notes elsewhere that I frequently forget to check, but these, I leave them open. I like the idea of having a permanent notepad here, just in case. Just things to keep track of stuff. Because it's easy to get distracted, particularly if you have ADHD brain like me. It's easy to get distracted by shiny stuff like, ooh, look, a new opponent. And on that note, are we going to get one, Plarium? Or am I going to have to start bitching about the stuff that you're not doing? Rather than bitching about the stuff I'm not doing, right? We still want to see that Polymorph nerf. I still want to see the Marichka nerf, although that one probably isn't coming ever. And, you know, a guaranteed Void Lego. That'd be nice. We should get on that. So I'll start with Mithrala. I'm not going to bother trying to hog Ultimate Death Knight. If I see him, I know how to respond to him. It's not like he's my most feared opponent. Maybe Mithrala isn't either. And I could try to reserve somebody that I just don't want to face. I guess that's why I was picking Sun Wukong for so long. Speak of the devil, or the monkey, as the case may be. Why don't I go for the Turvold thing now? Just why not? I was talking about how I wanted it. I can bring these two to be the support I want for Turvold. And aside from Turvold, probably Helicath. The thing is, at this point, I need another nuker. He's got that mad synergy with Ultimate Death Knight. So that's probably what I'm paying. Oh, he's got Helicath. Okay, well then never mind. So I'll take Turvold. And for my final slot, I could go for... I could go for Rhodos. Maybe that's the next best idea. I could also go for Leorius. I like him too. I haven't used him in a while. Let's go for Leorius. And who am I banning here? Maybe Harima. This is actually going to be super annoying to get through. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the cleanser. So if I keep Mithrala, which is what I'm hoping I at least keep... Oh, they banned Mithrala. So never mind, I can't even do that. But... well, we'll see what happens. But I think they're going to go invincible, and I don't know how long this team's going to last. So maybe this is a good showcase of just why a lot of these standard attacking nukers are frequently just not enough. Because you're trying to think about, all right, how do I keep them standing? If I'm not going first, how do I keep them standing? And the answer is, I don't know. Actually, you know what? You out there are probably screaming at me right now. I can imagine like 5 of you are just going to be like, Gavin, pick Arbiter, pick Lysandra, pick a speed lead for the love of God. Just plan on going first. Because as soon as this unkillable stuff goes up, I mean, none of my guys ignore unkillable. Now they've got both. That's just overkill. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So let's try again. We'll try to pick a team that makes more sense. That was a very cool trap that you set for me there. I gotta admit, I'm not fighting my way through it. So we got Captain Cloud. So Captain Cloud, you're gonna go with Duchess. Okay. So let's say I want to go for the big damage. I'll take Arbiter so that I have a good chance of going first, and I'll take Kymar so I have a good chance of stripping when I go first. Now Captain Cloud might respond with something annoying like Mortu Macabre. I'm okay with his plan because I can still pick bombers and just blow them up. So Foley Rhodos. So Foley can't be crowd controlled by Kymar. So I can also bring Hegemon. It'd be good to have Hegemon just to make sure Captain Cloud can't surprise me with Hegemon. Aside from that, I do need somebody who's going to be nice and tanky and get in the way, like Ultimate Death Knight. Let's just bring him. Come to think of it, you know what? Sun Wukong could also have been fun. And in fact, so could Emic or Helicath. And then my last guy can be whatever nuker I want. Which I guess will be Turvold. So this is going to be where I experiment with Turvold. And this will be the one time. And it's looking like maybe this really is the one time. Because I don't know about this. I gotta wait and see what these are. I'm dreading it being something super annoying. And to be quite honest, if he bans my Arbiter, my Kymar probably isn't going first. So here's a speed champion. That's interesting. So I'll take Turvold. Confirm that. I'll just ban her. I think. I think that's the way to go. And I'll take the speed aura. This may be the only time I go first, like ever. Hopefully we go first. So we start with this. So I'm going to attempt the lockout. So we get off a decrease attack, and then Rotos gets to interrupt. That's annoying. Probably should have predicted this, come to think of it. That's kind of how Rotos works. So come on, Gavin. Come on. So there goes that strategy. We probably have time, come to think of it. I can revive, I can increase attack. Do I want to try crowd controlling? Won't even work on Foley. Instead, I could just do this, lower the cooldowns. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do a double shot on him. For what that was worth, Foley gets to cut in. That's annoying. Yeah, so this didn't work. So good game, Captain Cloud. That's probably the only time I'm gonna bother with Turvold. I feel like you really need something like Necrit to get him working, and then just those two, and forget about it. Don't try to build your whole team around him. I'll start with Sun Wukong, so I at least don't have to deal with an enemy Sun Wukong. He's yet another eminently bannable champion, so I'm kind of comfortable with that idea. Let's bring... Let's see, to counter this, I think I do want this paradigm. And you know what? If I do, I totally want her first. So that's how I'll handle that. So Skeeptron, I'm not limiting myself now. I'm going to at least try for as good of a team as I can go for. I'm going to bring Hegemon as another eminently bannable champion, and I'm going to bring Helikath. And I think that's probably everything I want. So, what do I want to stop this? I'm thinking... I might want to get rid of Foley, in fact. I'll get rid of Foley. No. I'm going to get rid of Kymar. So, I have the Defense Aura. I think Sun Wukong is probably going to die right away, but after that, I think I'll be able to keep the other three around. It's really going to depend on how good Lady Kimmy is at crowd controlling my guys, but at least I don't have to deal with Kymar. So, we can say I wanted to showcase attack-based nukers. Let's just showcase their attack-based nukers. So, that was an opponent resigning immediately because he got the sense he wasn't going to be able to get through my front line with attack-based nukers. So Ash, maybe that's one of my responses to your video. I mean, I like the comment that I left on his actual video was that I just agree about Fenax. I really love him. I think he's amazing. Best damn nuker in the game, at least as far as arena goes, live arena. But with attack-based nukers, it's so tricky to use them. Whereas you see the Tarases and the Harimas and just the other really annoying support type stuff and your Helicaths. And it's very difficult to get these attack-based nukers to work. Unless, of course, you've got Georgid. Man, that guy is nuts. Rhodos is pretty damn good, too. I do have to admit. Mine isn't, but somebody's is. Yours probably is. Whoever you are. All right. We're dealing with Skeeptron again. This is the same guy. So I'm gonna do the same thing then. Maybe he's expecting the same thing. We'll see what goes different. So I'll take these two again. Maybe the exact same thing will happen all over again. But if it does, I mean, the question is why. So he's bringing something a lot more defensive, and that makes sense. That's a cool thought process there. He's still got room for one more. Don't know who it's going to be. You know what? It's going to be a nuker, right? So I already know I can just ban it, whoever it is. So I can bring Fenax. Let's talking about how much I like Fenax. I can bring Helicath, because I definitely want him. And then we could either ban the Kymar or the nuker. It'll have to be one or the other. As much as I'd love to ban one of the support champions. So who's in this slot? Krisk. Oh, wow, that's weird. So maybe he's trying to use support units. I think he's going to try to support me to death. Maybe Valkyrie is the nuker. And if that's the case, I'm still kind of okay with that strategy. Because this gives me a way in. So let's see. I'll take the speed. I don't think I need the accuracy. I'll take the speed. So if Fenax can manage to take anybody down, they're gone. But there really is a time limit on how long I can keep Fenax alive. Sadly. We'll start with this. And what do these swords do? And it's still very early in the fight, so we're not going to see that much damage, but it looks like I could probably pick on Duchess first. So let's get this up. Maybe just add some shielding, some strengthening, some healing. I think I'll go for the big damage, I guess. Alright, we can do this. We can probably at least tie up the Valkyrie. hopefully. There we go. Improves things a little bit. Let's strip away these buffs if we can. That makes me feel a lot better about this position. Okay, let's go for the A1. Oh, snap. So down goes Valkyrie. Valkyrie has been deleted. Okay, let's go for it. Bam! Down you go. Not today, Skeeptron. So that's it. On that note, that's it. So let's check the logs. We got us 4 victories again today. I can live with that. Leaderboards, in case it matters, 1907. Look at that. So that's it. Wow, I really love this guy's banner. Speaking of ADHD brain, and I'm just getting distracted by the banners, but I really love this banner, whoever you are, Chinese guy. Really, really high-ranking Chinese guy. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining. I'll see you on the next video. It's always a pleasure. Take care.